Right, so you want to right click any screen and duplicate the screen. So get rid of the previous one. So this is your duplicated screen. Get rid of anything you've got on the screen, like so. Get rid of your stock, close that panel. Get rid of your EMAs you don't, and your frat. Just remove all these things that you don't need. So what you want to do now is you want to add. We'll get rid of the price. I suppose we can get rid of the price. Get rid of the price now. Oh, I need to add an indicator first before I can get rid of the price. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in OBV, on balance volume, and that should come up, on balance volume, and select on balance volume. Yours won't look like this because I have configured my own on balance volume. It might do, it might not, but on balance volume, what I do is I have it black and put it into a decent thickness, you know. What I also now do on my on balance volume, you can see there, I will add an indicator to it, and I want to put a moving average. So exponential moving average, and I'll have that as 9. And once I've got that, I can say, okay, now hopefully it'll let me close the price. So now I have an on-balance volume indicator, like so, but now I want to add an ATR. So I'll add a indicator, average true range. Just type in ATR, it'll come up ATR, and then you click ATR, adds the average true range.
Okay.
So average true range I use is for a 5-day average true range. Now, when you are doing the shares, you can decide you want an average true range of more than 1 week. You could do it an average true range of 2 weeks if you wanted to, or more, but these are periods. So if you are trading on 4 hours or 1 hour, it's your average true range over 5 periods of that 1 hour. Yeah. So I've changed mine to uptrend in
green. You still there?
Have I lost you?
You're back.
Oh, did I lose you?
Yeah, it stopped, it froze, it paused.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, for some reason.
Oh, I've just got a note saying intermittent connection, and it's back. So anyway, so there we are. So you can, if you want to, you can have that split any way you want, just by grabbing this. If I can grab it. There we are. Make it smaller, larger, do what you want. So now you've got an on, and then you can get rid of that. So you've got a, you know, click in the top right hand corner. And if you don't want this either, you click the bottom right hand, and now you have a clean chart.
Oh yeah.
Which is on balance volume. And as you move around like day to day, you can quite clearly see here, as the unbalanced volume went down, the bears come on, whichever graph this was, I'm not sure which, Microsoft, the unbalanced volume shot off, and the average true range actually come down. You would have expected the average true range to go up, wouldn't you? But maybe because it's Microsoft, it's one of the babies, nobody really wants to short it. So people slowly got a bit of a lackluster response. And you can see as it was coming down, the volume was trying to go up. If you change this to NVIDIA, you probably see it completely look different. It does, doesn't it? You can see that as the unbalanced volume started going up, so did the the volatility. It stopped here. This is obviously profit taken, isn't it? Then as it got to a double top here, the volatility shot up because people were shorting it. So if you're going long, really, you want to see the unbalanced volume going up. And ideally, you want to see the average true range going up as well. In other words, buy and getting more and more impetus going in. And as soon as you get across here, that's your watch out that people have took profits, and the volatility then continues going up, but it's going up on the short side. So they're really good to analyze and watch the personality of different shares and how they actually work. So you've got,
do you use that as well on the day trading, on the just trading on the assets, don't you? Obviously a shorter time.
yeah, I'll just stop that recording a minute so it doesn't go crazy.